right, so I am back for day 2 and I'm holding up a sample of my urine again. And this one has a ton of sediment. So you see it's pretty yellow because I have been dry fasting now for like 38, I think, hours. And yeah, I've had no water and no food. I'm going to set this down. And I have not gone in the shower or really used any water because I didn't want my body to absorb it. I wanted to make sure I'm going at this as hard as possible so that I can get the maximum benefits of this fast. So I made a video yesterday about my day 1 of my dry fasting. Talked about eating watermelon the day before, the night before I started the dry fast, and around 11:30 that night I stopped everything. I have still been taking Dr. Morse's tinctures and you know, helping my adrenals and my kidneys, getting rid of parasites, my upper circulatory system, and thyroid, you know, a glandular, and all of that because of just the health issues that I have been experiencing for many years. And not only me, but my family has been experiencing throughout the generations to get to where we are in our degenerated state. So I'm just coming on here day 2 to just tell you kind of what I've been experiencing. Last night I did experience some movement in the side of my right foot, and I looked up a foot chart and it showed that's where the transverse colon is, and that is huge in the problems that are related to my health issues. So I just felt some fluid moving, and then I felt it again this morning. I do have less itching in my toes. I picked up some kind of worms or parasites when we were in Mexico in 2015-16, and so anyways, less itching there. And then I had notes on my phone of things I've been experiencing, but I've had a slight headache. I've had fuzziness in my brain, feeling like you know, I just hear this static. That's been big, and that's been kind of more so yesterday. Today, just a little bit on and off. Been very weak today and just felt like I needed to sit down. When I took the herbs this morning, I felt a heat rush, kind of like, whew, that came over me. And I've been taking the same amount of herbs, but I know because things are really being pulled out of my body, it's affecting me more. And so one of the reasons why I started with the dry fast is because I learned that it helps to rid your cells of all of the junk that is inside of them. So when you're not adding waters and different types of food to your body, you're not consuming it, then your cells, all 40 plus trillion cells, will turn in on themselves when there's nothing else available to them, and they'll start to use up anything and everything that's inside of them that is unhealthy. So because I'm trying to degenerate these or regenerate these cells that are degenerated, that's why I started with this, because I knew that I needed to really go after the cause. And I felt like even with using Dr. Morse's herbs and stuff like that, that I wanted to really get my kidneys just filtrating even more than what, you know, I've found the progress in using the herbs. If I was fully all the time 100% raw, just fruits, I would be doing even better. But I am being patient with myself, like I said in my other video, just working on changing how I eat, and this is a lifestyle. And so just where I'm at, I've been pretty happy with where I am, but I knew that I was ready for the next step. So I just wanted to come on here and show my progress. And I'm not sure exactly when I'm going to break the dry fast. I'm thinking sometime either soon or tonight. I don't know if I'm going to go one more day or not. It depends on how I'm feeling. I did notice more bags under my eyes, and that has to do with the adrenals. So they're trying to get going right now even more, and my body's trying to rid myself of many chemicals right now. But I feel like I am going in the right direction, and I am going to leave some links to some videos about kidney filtration and about dry fasting and just anything else I can think about or think of while I am processing this video and uploading it. I will be just sharing as much as possible, and I hope that you continue to watch me in my detox journey, my fasting journey, and I thank you for your support, encouragement, and I send my love and support and encouragement to you on your journey of healing and restoration in your life. So namaste for watching, and thank you for tuning in. So this is another cut to the video, and I am going to go ahead and just come back on quickly and talk about this because I think it's so important. My husband clapped after I ended that video, and then it brought back my thoughts of my ego and how my ego has been screaming and shouting at me, especially yesterday. I was, very hungry, and if I had the time and just the camera, set it up and everything to show kind of a video, I would be like on the sand, crawling on my hands and knees, saying water, water, because that's how I feel. I feel like, oh, water and watermelon. I actually had some plants over here too, and there's blackberry on them, and I was like, oh, those blackberries look so good. But yeah, my ego has been telling me things like saying, you don't really need to do this, you're not that sick, you could just go and get a burrito and start another day, no one will really know if you just take something, and just stuff like that. Like, I was thinking this morning, I thought I heard my husband eating some toast, and I was like, oh, you used to eat toast all the time. You're so much further ahead than you used to be. I mean, look at how much you've changed your eating. You can, it's not going to hurt you to do this, or you can't do this. There's just no way you can't. You're so hungry and you're so thirsty. Is this really going to help you in raising your awareness and connecting with Source and reclaiming your birthright and all this stuff? So I have been working on some positive self-talk. I've been turning on still my affirmations, positive affirmations at night for a long time, reprogramming my subconscious. But in my conscious life, what I've been doing is just when those things come up, I've been saying, yes, you can do this, and you don't need to listen to those the monkey mind. And I've been, allowing those thoughts to come and then just letting them go. I turned on a video yesterday to remind me of why I'm doing this, and it was a video I made like several months ago about surrendering, letting go, and not to CPS in the way that they would want me to just surrender. But no, this is to something else. This is to detaching from things that have been binding me, and it's on all levels of my life. And so I watched that, and I purged a lot, being able to let out the emotions, because different emotions have been coming. And I'll end with that. One of the things that I have had a difficult time with, just experiencing and allowing to sit and then processing through, is anger. And through my childhood, like having mono for 3.5 months in 4th grade, and then what they called copycat in 8th grade for a few weeks and stuff like that, it has a lot to do with the liver. And so I think that because our cells have memory, these emotions are coming up. And so I've had some impatience, some frustration. It's difficult sometimes in a relationship when things are going on, and my husband's, he's actually doing some detoxing too at this time. So in those situations, it can be difficult. And so I've been just trying to give myself space and trying to not say as much as what wants to come out at times, and yeah, being patient with myself, and then just having those positive thoughts. So that, I hope that this helps. That's about it. Thanks for coming back on and listening to the end. Yeah, that ego is slowly being put to rest, and my consciousness is the one, my soul is leading the way, and I'm grateful for that. Namaste.
Look at the difference, you guys, between the fruit and the other fruits, how it changes your awareness. Many of you have commented on that. And of course, I've experienced it firsthand, and so has a lot of people. It takes you from a more aggressive to more passive. It ignites the upper chakras, the upper crown chakra. Fruits pulls the energy away from the lower centers, ignites the higher centers. You're polarizing yourself magnetically to the higher forces. When you look at this spiritually, this is why you see a growth or a need to understand more of who you are, where you came from, as opposed to the drama of days of our lives on this little planet and stuck in nowhere land. Because as long as they keep trying to find the beginning and the end, it's what NASA's finally realizing. There is no beginning and there is no end. Scriptures of all types have described this, because you can't describe the all in the all, the infinite, the omnipresent, omnipotent, omniscient. You can't describe that. Because the mind can't conceive something that's total, because it works fractionally. It works in fractional thoughts and that sort of thing.